Napoleon Bonaparte. The name echoes through history. He was a conqueror, a lawgiver, an emperor. But before the legend there was a boy. Napoleon was born in 1769 on the island of Corsica. Corsica, a rugged island in the Mediterranean Sea, had recently been acquired by France. His family was proud and fiercely independent, much like Corsica itself. Napoleon was a bright and ambitious child. He excelled in mathematics and history. However, he was often teased for his Corsican accent and small stature. This fueled a fire in him, a desire to prove himself. At the young age of 9, Napoleon left Corsica to study in mainland France. He was enrolled in military school, a decision that would shape his destiny. Military school was tough. Napoleon missed his family and his homeland, but he was determined to succeed. He studied hard, especially military strategy. He learned from great military minds of the past, like Alexander the Great and Julius Caesar. Little did he know, he would soon surpass them all. Napoleon graduated in 1785, at the age of 16. He was now a lieutenant in the French army. He was eager to prove himself on the battlefield, but fate had other plans. France was on the brink of a revolution, and Napoleon would soon be swept up in its chaos. France in the late 1780s was a powder keg ready to explode. The French Revolution erupted in 1789. It was a time of great upheaval and change. The people rose up against the monarchy, demanding liberty, equality, and fraternity. Napoleon, still a young officer, watched these events unfold with keen interest. He was sympathetic to the ideals of the revolution. He believed in meritocracy, the idea that power should be earned, not inherited. This belief resonated with the revolutionary spirit. Napoleon saw an opportunity in the chaos, a chance to rise through the ranks and make a name for himself. His chance came in 1793 at the siege of Toulon. Toulon, a strategic port city, had fallen to royalist forces. The revolutionaries needed to retake it. Napoleon, though still a junior officer, devised a brilliant plan to recapture the city. Using artillery, he bombarded the enemy positions, forcing them to flee. Toulon was a resounding victory for the revolutionaries. It also catapulted Napoleon into the spotlight. He was promoted to brigadier general at the age of 24, a testament to his tactical genius and courage under fire. His star was on the rise and he was just getting started. Napoleon's victory at Toulon marked a turning point in his career. This was not just a simple win, it was a significant moment that showcased his tactical brilliance and his ability to inspire his troops. The siege of Toulon was a complex military operation, and Napoleon's decisive actions led to a crucial victory for the French Republic. He was no longer just a skilled officer, he was a rising star in the French military. His name began to spread through the ranks, and his reputation as a formidable leader grew. The young Corsican had proven his worth and was now seen as a beacon of hope for the French military, which was in dire need of strong leadership. He was given command of the Army of Italy in 1796. This was a significant responsibility as the Italian front was crucial to France's strategic interests. Napoleon's appointment to this position was a testament to the trust and confidence that the French government placed in his abilities. At the time, France was at war with Austria. The conflict was intense, and the stakes were high. The Austrian forces were well-equipped and experienced, posing a formidable challenge to the French army. The outcome of this war would shape the future of Europe. The Italian campaign was a chance for Napoleon to prove himself on a larger scale. It was an opportunity to demonstrate his strategic genius and his ability to lead an army to victory. The campaign was filled with numerous battles, each one a test of his military acumen, and prove himself he did. Napoleon's leadership during the Italian campaign was nothing short of extraordinary. He displayed remarkable courage, quick thinking, and an uncanny ability to predict his enemies' moves. His soldiers admired him, and his enemies feared him. Napoleon's Italian campaign was a masterpiece of military strategy and leadership. His innovative tactics and bold maneuvers caught the Austrian forces off guard. He utilized the terrain to his advantage, executed surprise attacks, and maintained high morale among his troops. He faced larger Austrian armies, yet he outmaneuvered and defeated them time and again. His victories were not just due to superior numbers or firepower, but to his brilliant strategic mind. Each battle was a testament to his ability to turn the tide in his favor, even when the odds were against him. His victories in Italy sent shockwaves across Europe. The news of his triumphs spread quickly, and he became a household name. European powers began to take notice of this young general who seemed unstoppable. His success in Italy was a clear indication that a new force had emerged on the European stage. Napoleon was not just a good general, he was a military genius. His ability to innovate and adapt on the battlefield set him apart from his contemporaries. Military experts and historians would later study his campaigns to understand the secrets of his success. In 1799, Napoleon seized his chance to take power. The political landscape in France was chaotic, and he saw an opportunity to rise to the top. His ambition and strategic mind were not limited to the battlefield. He was equally adept at navigating the complex world of politics. France was in turmoil, politically unstable. The French Revolution had left the country in a state of disarray, with various factions vying for control. The people were weary of the constant conflict and were looking for a strong leader to bring stability. Napoleon returned to Paris, where he staged a coup d'état. This bold move was executed with precision and without bloodshed. He leveraged his popularity and the loyalty of his troops to take control of the government, effectively ending the French Revolution. This bloodless coup ended the French Revolution and established Napoleon as first consul of France. As first consul, he held significant power and began to implement reforms that would transform the nation. His leadership marked the beginning of a new era for France. He was only 30 years old. Despite his youth, he had already achieved more than most could in a lifetime. His rise to power was meteoric, and his potential seemed limitless. Napoleon was ambitious and ruthless. He was determined to consolidate his power and would stop at nothing to achieve his goals. His ambition drove him to make bold decisions, and his ruthlessness ensured that he faced little opposition. He consolidated his power, crushing any opposition. Through a combination of political savvy and military might, he secured his position and began to shape France according to his vision. His rule was marked by both progress and authoritarianism. He reformed the French government and legal system, creating the Napoleonic Code. This legal framework was one of his most enduring legacies, influencing legal systems around the world. It brought order and consistency to French law, reflecting his vision of a modern state. In 1804, he crowned himself Emperor of the French. This act was a bold statement of his authority and ambition. By crowning himself, he signaled that he was not just a ruler, but an emperor, destined to leave a lasting mark on history. Napoleon had achieved the impossible. From a relatively obscure background, he had risen to the pinnacle of power. His journey was a testament to his extraordinary talent, ambition, and determination. From a small island in the Mediterranean, he had risen to become the most powerful man in Europe. His influence extended far beyond France, reshaping the political landscape of the continent. But his ambition was far from satisfied. Napoleon's vision extended beyond France. He dreamed of a European empire under his control. His relentless drive for power would lead him to embark on new campaigns and conquests. He would soon set his sights on conquering all of Europe. His military campaigns would continue, and his name would become synonymous with both glory and ambition. The world would watch as Napoleon Bonaparte, the man who had risen from obscurity, sought to reshape the destiny of an entire continent. Section 4. Napoleon's Code. Reshaping France and Europe. Napoleon wasn't just a conqueror, he was also a reformer, a visionary who sought to bring about profound changes. He wanted to reshape France in his image, to create a more efficient and modern state, one that could stand the test of time. One of his most significant achievements was the Napoleonic Code, established in 1804, a landmark in legal history. This comprehensive legal system replaced the patchwork of old feudal laws that had governed France for centuries, bringing a sense of unity and coherence to the nation's legal framework. The Napoleonic Code was revolutionary for its time. It guaranteed equality before the law for all citizens, regardless of their social class, ensuring that everyone had the same legal rights and protections. It also enshrined the right to property and freedom of religion, while balancing these rights with the need for social order. While it did limit some individual liberties, particularly freedom of speech and the press, the Napoleonic Code brought much-needed order and clarity to the French legal system. The Code's influence extended far beyond France's borders. As Napoleon's armies conquered vast swaths of Europe, they brought the Napoleonic Code with them, implementing it in Italy, Spain, the Netherlands, and parts of Germany. This spread of French law and ideas had a profound impact on the development of legal systems throughout Europe, influencing the way laws were written and enforced. Even after Napoleon's fall from power, the Napoleonic Code continued to influence legal thought and practice. It served as a model for legal reforms in many countries, shaping the legal landscape far beyond its original borders. It remains the foundation of civil law in France and many other countries today, a testament to its enduring relevance and effectiveness. Napoleon may be remembered for his military exploits, but his legacy as a lawgiver is equally significant. Modern legal systems around the world owe a great deal to the principles established by the Napoleonic Code. Legal scholars continue to study and reference the code, recognizing its importance in the evolution of legal thought. Its principles of equality, property rights, and legal clarity remain cornerstones of contemporary law. The global influence of the Napoleonic Code is a testament to Napoleon's vision and the enduring power of his reforms. As we reflect on Napoleon's dual legacy of military conquests and legal reforms, we see a leader who reshaped not just France but the entire world. The lasting impact of the Napoleonic Code is a reminder of the profound changes one individual can bring about. Napoleon's vision for a unified and fair legal system continues to inspire and guide us today. Section 5. Master of the Battlefield, Napoleon's Greatest Victories. Napoleon Bonaparte, a name synonymous with military brilliance, has left an indelible mark on the annals of history. His strategic acumen and battlefield prowess have been studied and admired by military historians and enthusiasts alike. Napoleon's military genius is undeniable. His ability to read the battlefield and anticipate his enemy's moves set him apart from his contemporaries. He was a master strategist and tactician. His campaigns were characterized by rapid movements, decisive engagements, and the innovative use of artillery. He revolutionized warfare with his innovative use of artillery, mobility, and grand tactics. His ability to concentrate his forces at the decisive point and time was unparalleled. Throughout his career, Napoleon achieved a string of stunning victories that cemented his reputation as one of the greatest military commanders of all time. His campaigns in Italy, Egypt, and across Europe showcased his tactical brilliance and strategic foresight. One such victory was the Battle of Austerlitz in 1805. This battle, often referred to as the Battle of the Three Emperors, saw Napoleon facing the combined forces of Russia and Austria. This battle, often considered Napoleon's greatest triumph, pitted the French against a combined Austrian and Russian army. Despite being outnumbered, Napoleon's strategic brilliance shone through. Napoleon, outnumbered but not outmaneuvered, used a brilliant feint to lure the enemy into a trap. By feigning weakness on his right flank, he drew the Allies into a vulnerable position. The resulting French victory was decisive, crushing the Austro-Russian alliance and solidifying Napoleon's dominance in Central Europe. This victory not only demonstrated his tactical genius, but also his ability to inspire and lead his troops to victory. Another notable victory was the Battle of Jena-Auerstedt in 1806. This battle saw the French army, led by Napoleon, clash with the Prussian army. The Prussians, confident in their numerical superiority, underestimated Napoleon's tactical prowess. This battle saw the French army, led by Napoleon, clash with the Prussian army. Napoleon's forces were split into two, but they both achieved decisive victories on the same day. The coordination and timing of these dual victories were a testament to Napoleon's strategic brilliance. Napoleon's forces were split into two, but they both achieved decisive victories on the same day. The Prussian army, caught off guard and unable to effectively respond, was soundly defeated. The Battle of Jena-Auerstedt broke the Prussian army and led to the occupation of Berlin, further expanding Napoleon's control over Europe. This victory not only showcased his tactical brilliance, but also his ability to adapt and overcome challenges on the battlefield. These victories, along with many others, showcased Napoleon's military brilliance. His ability to adapt to changing circumstances and exploit his enemy's weaknesses made him a formidable adversary. He understood the importance of morale, logistics, and decisiveness in warfare. His campaigns were meticulously planned, and his ability to maintain the morale of his troops was a key factor in his success. His ability to inspire his troops, outmaneuver his opponents, and exploit their weaknesses made him a formidable adversary. His leadership on the battlefield was unmatched, and his soldiers were fiercely loyal to him. However, Napoleon's ambition would eventually lead him into a series of costly mistakes that would ultimately bring about his downfall. His invasion of Russia in 1812, a campaign marked by logistical failures and harsh weather, proved to be a turning point in his career. Despite his many victories, it was his overreaching ambition that led to his eventual exile and the end of his empire.